Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be a bit of a gloating one, and what trader doesn't want to gloat? um, so for those of you that have been watching me for a while, um, there are a couple of positions that I did talk about that I said and what I'm doing. Um, so I thought I would just give you guys a bit of an update on where I stand on those and where I currently think they're going still. So one of them being silver. I've been a strong advocate of silver from the very beginning of this channel, in fact, and silver's done really well. We've gone from, I don't remember what stage I had put silver on the video, but I've been long it for a while now. So around 6%, which is obviously huge considering when you buy these commodities you're usually buying it on leverage. I don't usually do it through ETFs, but you could do it through ETFs, and you get 2-3 times exposure. So you know, if you take into account you got 3 times more exposure, you're up like 20% in a couple of months, which is great on a trade that's anti-consensus. By the way, just so you know what anti-consensus means. Anti-consensus basically means is when you take a position that's against the market, that's not consensus with the market. I.e., the reason why I said I was long silver again last time is because I believe that we're going to go through a really bad downturn. And so this will be your hedge. So if your hedge is up 20%, you're doing pretty well, because these trades are not supposed to work out really, if consensus is right. So these are, and then it's obviously done pretty well. So that's definitely a plus there. So silver's done really good. Where I still stand on it, I am still currently long. We did have a rapid jump up to about 16.2. That quickly declined to 15.8. Still haven't sold a piece. I'm still holding it for a bit more, well, probably a lot longer. I'm not 100% sure just yet, but I am definitely going to hold it at least for the next couple of months. I think it's doing quite well even when the markets have rallied, which is you know, fairly good and surprising. But the main more important thing is when markets start having a downturn. Usually silver does also have a bit of a sell-off. It's just normal because across the board, but in general it starts to then get a lot of a rally. And so I am waiting for that period, because the S&P, Dow, and the Nasdaq, the indices have done really good in the start of the year. They're up, I think, 10-15%. Let's have a quick check, which is annoying for someone like me, because I rather than, obviously I'm wanting to short the market. So yeah, we're up 20%. I'm you know, it's not something that I'm still going to go in along the market. I don't think we'll hit new highs. We easily could, to be honest. We could easily. I was having this sort of. I was doing some technical analysis the other day. We could easily say get to around 3,000, and then have a rebound back down and never touch that again, which is quite possible. But I think it's quite, at this point, if I had a lot of longs, which I had a few, not many, that I would start taking some off the table, but also maybe some shorts as well, because you might not want to have too much exposure going on you know, while everything's going up so much. Another thing I want to gloat about is Boohoo, which I really called well. I think at 190 ish before the earnings as well. So I think the earnings was around here, and I made that call that, you know, I'm short before the earnings, which I was. I did end up selling most of my stake after that, but I still have a lot of it. Well, so I didn't really sell most of it. Let's put it this way: I sold about 35% of it, but so I still own a fair bit more. Obviously it depends on how much you have amount in it as well. So 35%, but I have it on a huge chunk of piece. You know, more than five figures. So it is a bigger trade for me. I am still short it, and it has turned out to have a great week for myself. We did have a rebound back up towards 190 about last week, 10 days ago. But now we have dropped from those levels, which is great for my shorts. So we're down about 12%. I am still short it though. I believe that we will go below 150. At least that's my call right now. The reason being is because I was actually explaining this to a friend the other day. And the reason why I was short this is the company is great, right? They're making good revenue, they have good growth, and they're gonna do well, fine. But the biggest problem is the stock at the moment is overvalued. And how is it overvalued? Because when stocks are having this big of a growth, they usually always get to a stage that are overvalued, because of the sense that people are thinking, look, the stock is growing at 20, 30, 40% a year. So we want to get in now, because if this starts doing that the next couple of years, the stock will potentially double, which is true. But the slowdown in the economy at the moment is going to affect sales. And the minute Boohoo come out and say we're having a bit of a slowdown, even if it's by only 3-4%, the stock will drop massively. It will drop. I'm telling you, it will drop 20-30% easily, because of the fact that right now it's a complete growth name. So the minute they start seeing signs of a slower growth, it's gone. And that will be your opportunity if you think that Boohoo's a great stock to go along with stock. And that's something I'm going to be doing. I am definitely at the moment still short, and I will stay short for the minute for them to report a bit of a slowdown and a bit of a weakness in growth, and that's it, they will collapse. Just like ASOS did, and if you haven't watched that video, I will leave that on the top right as well. Watch the ASOS video, because that's a great analysis of how things fit into place and reflect. Because ASOS is still a great company, and currently it's super undervalued. So if you wanted to play a hedge game, if you're a long short fund, you could easily short Boohoo and long ASOS. But I understand not many people are shorting that watch my videos. So just coming back to the point is that the minute they show a bit of slowdown in growth, even if it's 2-3%, they will just tank, and that will be your opportunity to go in and pounce and buy. So I'm definitely, the risk reward at the moment is great, and that's why I'll carry on still being short, and probably I'll start adding to some of my shorts and get back a bit on positioning, but not just yet. I'll probably see how it plays out the next couple of weeks. February has been historically a really volatile month, but it's actually been quite good so far. So that just makes you wonder what's coming in the rest of the year, because December is normally never volatile, but it was this time. So you never know. It might be that even during summer, when we have the summer rally, it's actually going to tank. I mean, stocks in general, not talking about Boohoo in particular. But yeah, I thought I'd give you a bit of a gloating update. It's always a bit of fun sometimes getting your calls right, as I'm sure you all experience. But again, you should never let it get to your head. If you've watched watched my previous videos on, I'll leave that on the top right. Warren Buffett, on how much money he lost in one day. So you never know how things can just rapidly change. But it was just a fun video to sort of give you guys an update, and I hope you guys carry on watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.